So pretty much my last year, I wanted to be somewhere in Florida, like somewhere in the hometown where my families and they could come to more games. So I wanted to be in Florida, and FAU came first to me in the portal. So I always believe in like trusting the guys who believe in you first. So it was like one of the first schools that came. So I kind of built the trust with Coach Swans and Kitley early in the portal and decided to come here.
They do a thing in the early in the spring called football school, which I had not heard of until Coach Kitley came in.
Mm-hmm.
You may have been through it through other schools. How much does that help you acclimate into spring practice?
Oh, it's really helpful. It gets you to start learning some of the plays earlier, so when you get into the spring ball, you can just play faster. And you already know your alignments, you know your assignments, so it's just about making the plays that come to you. So that football school helps a lot. I'm glad we did it.
My last question for me is, how much do you look forward to having the full pads on and being able to put on tape who you really are?
I'm really excited actually. Like I'm not a big fan of the spiders and no contact, but I've been fighting through it these past 2 days. But we finally into some real football coming up this Saturday, so it'll be a show.
Questions?
You know, it's so early, but what has stood out to you about the defense as an overall unit, and what are you excited to see from this overall unit once you guys do put on those full pads?
Oh, I really like this unit. So we emphasized about getting the ball. We didn't have much turnovers last year, I heard. So a big emphasis in the spring is about getting the ball out, interceptions, picks, forced fumbles, anything like that where we could create havoc on the ball. That's what we really emphasized. So I'm really excited to see what this group is going to do this year.
Tying into that, what have you seen from this defensive scheme so far, and what do you feel like you're going to be able to bring to the table as a linebacker within it?
This scheme is really nice. We're still getting some pieces here and there and figuring some little details out. But the overall scheme right now is it's really good. I like some of the plays that I'm able to shoot gaps and be able to play how I want to play fast, play downhill, play physical. So based off that, I feel like we're going to add some more pieces and stuff by the end of the season, but I really like the scheme right now.
When it comes to you within this linebacker room, how are you taking on a leadership role? What have you seen from other guys? And most importantly, over these practices, what do you want to see from yourself and the rest of this room?
Starting off, I'm just trying to lead by example right now by being first in drills and just giving the younger guys little critiques about little mistakes they make. Until I want to really master defense, so then I can really start being more vocal out there. But as far as making checks, that's the things I'm doing right now, making checks and making little critiques, and I'll get more vocal as we go on in this spring.
What is your personal goal?
What
do you want to do in the American this year? This is your last year, right?
This is my last
so
year.
You got to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
What's your personal goal?
My goal obviously to be first team all conference. That would be my first goal, and then like my main goal is to win. I just want to win. Like I really want to win. So.
Do you think anything's standing in the way of your goal that you need to improve on, like immediately? Self-eval.
I'd probably say recovery. That'd probably be the main thing I can focus on more. I recover, but
You go too hard and you don't take enough downtime?
yeah, I go hard.
Like Roman.
Yeah, I'm always on the go, so I'll say recovery. I can do a little bit more recovery. I do a lot, but you can never recover enough. So
You started at Bowling Green. You did 2 years there. Put up a lot of numbers.
I did 3 years.
Oh, 3 years at Bowling
3
Green.
years at Bowling Green, yes sir.
And then you did a year at Kansas. What did you see between the two levels of play? Was it that big of a deal?
No, not to me. I feel like the main difference you see is size.
Size, right?
That's it.
What about speed? About the same speed or just
I feel like
bigger?
it's about the same speed, just bigger.
So you're kind of, I guess you could argue that the American is a little lower than the Big 12, but when you look at it physically,
Yeah.
it's almost as big, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I didn't really see the drop off. We had a lot of guys from my Bowling Green team that ended up being like really big.
Right.
Like we had tight end Harold Fannin, he's playing for the Brown. We had Cassius Howell, he's about to be a first rounder. So we had like a lot of like Power 5 guys that just didn't get the shot in high school. So like as far as game speed, like these are some of the best players that were in college football. So like the speed was always there. It was just maybe an inch shorter or arm length a little bit longer.
Right.
So it's not really a big difference to me.
I guess the last thing I was going to ask you, because you're from Tampa, you've been away though for a while.
Yeah.
You think you're going to have to readjust all this nonsense that's going to be coming in August with the humidity?
Yeah. I gotta get used to a hot fall camp. I've been in Bowling Green, Kansas.
Totally different.
It's been real breezy in fall camp. Here, I heard it get weird.
Brutal.
I haven't had a hot fall camp yet, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna carry me a water jug though, so
Yeah.
that should be alright.
Last
All
one
right.
for me is there anybody in camp that maybe talked a good game, but you weren't sure if they could play, that's really surprised you?
Hector.
Yeah.
He he looked undersized. I didn't know what he was gonna be about. He talked a good game, but so far he's really impressed me. He has a knack for the ball, great blitzer, great instincts. Just reminds me of myself when I was younger, like just all around making plays. Or he'll be really good for us this year.
How about offensively?
Offensively, I think we have a great receiver core, starting with Dom. He doesn't drop the ball, like just a great receiver core. We got a lot of guys. I think our O-line is improving too. We got some new guys in the O-line. They look pretty good together right now. So, but our receiver core is really nice, and Dom especially.
It's been something that I've learned throughout my career. Is just kind of taking full advantage of every opportunity I'm given, and it's just if I get sent out there to kick, I get sent out there to kick. But if not, hopefully we're scoring touchdowns or we're doing something good that I don't have to be on the field. But yeah, I mean, just throughout my career, just taking advantage of every opportunity I'm given. If it's a long field goal, short field goal, whatever it is, just do my job and that's it.
If you look on the outside at FAU's program, you see the record. It doesn't appear to be the most attractive place to go besides the weather. But it's somewhere that does put a lot of emphasis on special teams. Is that what attracted you to FAU, or what was the attraction for you to come here?
Well, this is my last year, and I've been, the program I was at before was very successful. I did everything I could do, and had very much, great time, great success, and everything. And so when I was looking at it, I was looking at what schools are going to fit me best, and how is the coach going to treat me, and how am I going to progress as a player in my last year to get the film and get the experience I need to go and hopefully be a draft pick or get signed right out of free agency. So that was kind of the thing I looked at. I was looking at best fit, not necessarily where I'm going to go and national championship contender, whatever. Just go and do my job and have a good coach that's going to be there to support me and get me to where I need to be.
As you've moved through 2 practices this spring and you've gone through football school, do you see a difference in the emphasis placed here on special teams as opposed to other schools?
Yes, for sure. I feel like it's definitely more important, and like in previous years, it was very important, but here my Scubanak, he just is very all in. He's all in, and he's all about us as a group, and it's great. And he supports us, and that's what's best for us, and I think that helps a lot.
You missed you came in after he spoke to us, but your name came up, and that's one of the reasons I asked for you, front runner for the job. So you're going to get some tries. That's the good news, I'd say. But kind of going back off what you were talking about before, I wanted to ask you, what is your remaining goal? He mentioned an NFL. I don't know if he was alluding to you and possibly one other player, but that's your ultimate goal, is to go to the league.
Yes, sir.
But what is your goal here to enable that to happen?
My goal is just to be the best best kicker that FAU's ever had, and that's kind of been my goal you know, that was my goal at the place I was before, and I did that job, and I pretty much achieved that. And so now I'm in a new place and a new, fresh opportunity, great coach, great staff, love everyone. And so that's kind of my goal, is to be the best kicker I can be at FAU, leave, be the best, and, you know, be the best in the country. And
Just a quick follow-up before Brandon. What you had said about how you make your decisions, the process that you went through, I just wanted to commend you on that, because obviously that's counterculture to what is going on right now.
Yes, sir.
Everything is driven by money.
yeah.
But you sound like you're a smart young man. I just
Yeah.
want to give you some kudos for
Yes,
that.
sir. My dad, he was very like, you go where you need to go. They're gonna treat you right, and you do your job, and it won't matter what the money is. So.
Right.
A big thing with young special teams is routine, especially, you know, understanding your surroundings, understanding different factors going on. With it being your second practice here and going through all that, have you started to figure out that routine for you here, and how is that different as compared to what you have done in the past?
I've started to get it down a little bit. It's pretty much the same. I mean, it's a little more structured and a little more, like, I guess, team involved, which I like, and that's better. But it's pretty close to the same. And but we go and we do our own stuff, and as a specialist group, and then once we do that, we're done, and we just do some individual stuff, and we're good. But it's pretty close to the same.
And over the course of spring, you know, these 15 practices in spring game, what are the main things that you want to accomplish? You know, whether it is getting acclimated, whether it is showing something that you want to achieve on the field, you know, and kind of dive into that.
I'm using this because, to be honest with you, I've never had a good spring in college. I really haven't. My first spring, I had a fractured back, and I played on all season, and so I set out all spring. Sophomore was bad, junior year was bad, and then last year was bad. And so I just haven't had a consistent spring. So coming into a new place, I wanted to prove to myself that I can have a good spring and make sure that it puts me in the right direction to have a great year, because I think that's really important. And I think that was why I was having great years, but I wasn't having exceptional years. And so that's a big thing, what I want to do this spring.